Good afternoon. Welcome to my daily Facebook Live. My name is Barry Selby. Welcome to what could be a rather provocative and, with any luck, insightful broadcast. To start things off, let's introduce myself. For those who haven't seen me before, I am a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert, helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. I'm also a passionate champion of the divine feminine, which is inspiring this talk as I was in a dialogue recently. But let me get to that in a second. In case you haven't seen my broadcast before, I am on a ongoing a run. I'll be very polite about it. I'm doing these Facebook Live talks called Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. I post this onto YouTube as well and onto my website. I'll get to that later on. And I've been doing these daily since last May? I'm sure now. But the truth is, this is number 262 in an ongoing series of talks. And they're all been different, amazingly enough. I'm trying not to be repetitive. But today's topic is going to include some things I've talked about before, but it's more of a call to arms in a way, and ideally an inspiration for men and for women. So that's the precursor to say. And the title of today's talk, number 262 of the Messages from the Masculine, is The Abdication of Men. And what do I mean by that? And how did I get this way? And what can we do differently? That's the three questions I'm hoping you're thinking about asking me, so I'll answer them myself. One of them is what's going on is, and it was actually, again, this is on a discussion that was going on in a friend's post, and I wrote that without thinking about it, as saying the abdication of men, and explained what it was, and a couple of the men in there were like saying all men, and I said, let me back up a second, let me say that part again. A couple of the other men in the group, in the comment feed said all men, and I said no, it's not true. But there's a vast majority of men who've abdicated their role in a relationship, in the world, in their lives. And I'm going to speak a little bit about all of those different flavors. At the same time, how it might impact you as women if you're watching this, and how you can help make a difference, or help re-inspire the men. By the way, if you haven't watched my broadcast before, these are never scripted. So I don't have a bullet points or a list off camera or an idea of where I'm going with this, but I'm going to start with where I'm present to, which is what is happening right now. So now you know where I am. Let's jump in, shall we? What I seem to notice, and what I was considering from what my friend, I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here. Let me say it again. Back it up. I was watching as I was talking that wasn't going where I wanted to go, which is why I got tripped up. Men, we, including myself, have abdicated our role in life, in love, and in the world. How that shows up is that women are being disrespected, women are being demeaned, women are being ignored, and in some cases women are being hurt big time by men not being in their responsibility. Now what does that mean when they're abdicating? A man abdicating his role is several different things, but it includes not being in a place of authentic leadership, authentic ownership of purpose, an authentic expression of self. And I see I'm going to break those down as I go through. I'm dropping lots of seeds, so let's see what happens. What plants blossom from these seeds I'm planting. So one thing, in interaction with women, and I started bringing this in the conversation too because it seems relevant. I've talked about this before, gentlemanly conduct. And I've said before that in some ways gentlemanly conduct is becoming extinct. Partly because a lot of men, I've got to qualify, it's not all, but a lot of men can't be bothered to do anything about it. They don't think about it. They're not raised with it. They don't understand it. Or they don't do anything about it. And the second part is women aren't inviting it from them or even requiring it from them. Both sides of this flaw, for want of a better word, are accountable for this, responsible for this. So, hi Michelle, nice to have you here. The challenge is that, no, he said, no, better way of saying this. In an ideal world, I'll try it that way, men and women would be in interaction in a very elegant, healthy, and respectful way. So men would be gentlemen to women, opening the doors, helping with their coats, pulling the chair back for them, letting them go first, listening to them, or there's so many things I can get into on that. That's one part of it. Second part is that men have, sorry, not second part. What's been happening instead, that's a better way of putting it. There's some stuff coming at me in this space that I'm not sure where it was going, but let me start with this piece. Ladies, when you stop allowing a man to be a gentleman, he'll stop being one to you. When you act fiercely independent and you take care of yourself and you don't need his help, and you even sometimes throw it in his face, most men will shut down and stop doing it. That's happened to me several times, except I don't shut down, I do keep doing it. That's because I'm a sucker for punishment sometimes. Men, if you're watching this, if a woman doesn't let you help them, it may be because she doesn't think that you respect her. Second part of that is that if she doesn't let you help them, quite often they're afraid you're taking their power away. Neither of which, if you're a gentleman, it's going to happen. But if you're bringing that energy to them, they may not let you help them. So, interesting that one. Okay, that's what came through. So, what I would say to you men out there who are watching this, if you're like me, is don't give up. Keep doing it. But do it from a place of saying, and it's what I would say, when a woman gets upset with me for opening the door for them, saying I can do it myself, acting like I'm going to somehow take their power away, I think they're not strong enough, is say, I know, and I'm doing it out of respect. I'm doing this out of concern, out of care, out of respect for who you are. I'm opening the door for you, because you're a woman, and you deserve that respect. That's a different thing than saying you can't do it for yourself. This extends to other areas of gentlemanly conduct, so I'm probably going to wrap that up on that piece, which is basically opening the door, helping them with their coats. It's out of compassion, care, respect. Well, Josette, thanks for your comment, by the way. I don't think it's a lost art, but it's certainly a rare art. And it's not that big a deal. I mean, let me say it this way. It's not that big a deal to do it. Now, I was raised in England, so maybe it's just in my DNA. I wasn't raised high class or middle class or anything like that. I was a working class kid growing up. But my parents raised me to be respectful, to open the door, to do things like that for women. If you have sons who are young, teach them this now. It'll bear out in future for their future relationships and the future way of being around women. So that's one piece. The other big part of the abdication piece, which is coming up stronger for me now, this is what really was the big part of this conversation I had this morning, is that how do I say this? The result, the symptom has been the lack of gentlemanly conduct, perhaps. The result has been a largely ignoring of feminine appreciation. The demeaning of women's roles by men is become more practiced, which is not a good thing by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm not saying that's what should happen. I'm saying what has happened. And men have basically got to the point now where women are now, they think, battling them, especially in the business world, that they're going to take the jobs away, that women don't deserve the same rights, same equal pay. All that sort of stuff is born out of this lacking of respect. And men, sorry guys, when we abdicate our role, we no longer step up to raise the standards for ourselves and women in a healthy way. Now, that is probably a 4-week conversation right there about bringing back equality in the business world, or I should say starting with equality in the business world for men and women. But as part of that, when men abdicating a role, is that we don't do that. So that's one of those pieces missing. Another part is, okay, this whole relationship just blew up, and I'm just going to see where I want to play with it. A lot of what's happening with the Me Too conversation, is men aren't respecting women. And when I talk about the abdication of men, largely what I mean is that when we're abdicating our role as protectors, respecters, and appreciators of women. And when men, and I know the Me Too conversation goes both ways, but when men disrespect women sexually, physically, emotionally, mentally, it enables this disrespectful behavior and this invasive, abusive, negative behavior to be expressed almost safely. No, that's not a word. Almost acceptably from the male point of view. When we stop abdicating a role, ladies, you'll get respected big time. Not saying that you have to wait for that, but you'll get a different response from the men in general when we start inheriting and owning our role in the world. You'll be appreciated. So Jose, your son does. He was a little bitty trying to open doors he couldn't even open. But men just do not do anything like it was years ago. I haven't dated in 20 years, and now looking back, we find men are missing that. But see, this is the point. You know, I'm not 25. I'm a little bit older, but I grew up with being, opening the doors for women, and my elders or my equals, business, relationship, any of those things. I would open the door, be respectful, because it was in my genes, in my DNA, sort of thing. And maybe there is a lost art. Maybe it is missing with one generation. Doesn't mean it has to stay that way. So that little seed about being gentlemen, which I could do a whole talk about that, and I might do that this week. Part of the result of men abdicating the role is that gentlemanly piece is missing as well. But it can be restored. So let me jump back to the relationship piece for a second. If I find a way into it. This conversation, by the way, is the beginning of something. This may become a theme for this week, I'm not sure, but there's something more coming up. And I want to get this one on the table first so I can then go forward from here. In a relationship, how do I phrase this? The picture I get is women have become put into a role by men where they're not being respected, appreciated, honored. In a relationship, women are taken for granted, largely. Now, maybe working both ways. I'm just talking about it from the male point of view, so there might be both sides that's happening. In addition to that, I'm sorry. Hold on thought. I'm just feeling this massive piece downloading, which I don't think is going to come through this time. It's probably going to be coming through overnight, because I guess I'm clearing the space for this. So let me put out what's present for me now. It sounds very woo, I know what I'm saying. But I've got something is trying to make its way through, but it's not clear yet. So let me put on the table what I do have right now. So this piece I want to speak about is in a relationship. Ladies, take this the way it's meant. You have allowed men to disrespect you. I'm not talking about the Me Too thing, but you've not claimed, is the word I'm looking for. You've not claimed your right to be respected as a woman when it comes to having them open the door for you, and that sort of stuff. You've allowed men to get lazy and to abdicate their role so that when you get in the car, you don't enable the space for him to actually take care of you. This dance. Again, both partners involved. When neglect happens or lack of respect happens, both sides fail. So men may not be stepping up to open the door for you, but are you also not letting them do so? So both parts of this are true. So I'll make sure you got that piece. In relationship, getting to that point eventually, romantically speaking, men... Now, this is, again, not all men, because you may have been with a man who absolutely treats you like a goddess and goes down on you and all these other things. Yeah, I said that. There's all these things for you that make you feel amazing, glowing, loving, whole, and inspired as a woman. I wish that for every woman, if that's what they want. In a partnership, they have a man that does that for them. Men, we have abdicated that role to a degree where we get to be comfortable in a relationship, not efforting, not contributing to a relationship to make our partner feel special. I invite you to step up if you're a man in a relationship, or if you're looking to be in a relationship. I'm talking to myself in the mirror this way when I'm saying this, to be respectful to any woman I'm with, and particularly when romantically, to keep remembering every day is new, every opportunity is new, to step up into a high level of ownership of who I am as a man, ownership of my level of respect and appreciation for other men in the world. And this is part of it as well. It's going to come back to this is another piece. I think I'm giving you like 6 different threads that I won't even finish here because there's so much to talk about. When men are occupying our space, we treat other men with respect as well. So not only are we respecting women and honouring and caring for them, but also we are truly finding brotherhood amongst other men instead of competitive enemies, which is what some men do. I've been on the receiving end of that myself, and a long time ago I used to be the one sending that out, so I'm just speaking from experience. Bringing ourselves to a place of respect for each other, men as brothers, and to women as lovers and sisters, because that's both are available. We can have respect for all women, not just the ones we're in a relationship with. That's the piece. A piece. Men, I'm calling you to step up to, if you're not already doing this, by the way, to, yes, love, respect, and honor your partner, and to love, respect, and honor every woman you know and meet. Strangers, co-workers, parents, daughters, all of that. So just that we're saying, LOL, if a man does not, he will not see me again. I refuse to date a man who doesn't respect femininity. You cannot blame a woman for a man's lack of respect. No, I'm not. But I'm also saying what I'm attempting to say, which I may try clearly, is there's been a breakdown on both sides. What I'm aware of is there are women, because I dated women like this, who wouldn't let me have a chance to respect them. So I basically stopped doing it. Because it's like, you get your fingers slapped 3 times, you won't do it 4th time. So I'm not saying women, I'm not blaming women, but I'm saying that several women, again some, not all, have not either encouraged, invited, even asked for a man to do those things. I mean, I can't tell all men this because not all men are going to hear this or watch this. But if you're with a man that you like a lot who's not doing certain things, you can say to him, honey, I love it when you open the door for me. And like a loyal dog, he will do so because we are loyal that way. Dating the wrong women. Well, I'm talking in groups of people, not saying that all men are all women like this. I'm saying many are. So just that I trust you will find, if you haven't already found, a partner who does respect you and does honor you and does hold that space for you because that's what you're holding for. So I'm trying to put these threads together to summarize because there's so much coming up. There's so much that we've abdicated as men in the world. Let me just throw some things on the table about what's happening in the world in general. The wars, discord, political confusion, and more of that contentiousness happening has been mostly driven by men. Surprise, surprise. That isn't healthy. It is not respectful of us, the planet, or women. What's missing is the ability to communicate, articulate, and meet in an agreeable format so that we can negotiate and debate things versus let me just go pound the other person with a weapon. That's the big picture. Small picture, we're doing it in our personal relationships too. Men. We are, again, including myself, we are caught up in this lie that if we don't beat down the other men, we will lose. It's a lie. We have everything we need to thrive in the world, and so does every other man. There's more than enough to go around. For everybody, men and women, children, adults, everybody, there's more than enough to go around. So there's no need to take from somebody else by thinking you've got to beat them down. That's an error in approach. As I said earlier, we men have forgotten how to be brothers because somehow we feel like there's a scarcity that if we don't take what we won't have it. And so what happens is you push the other person into a place of lack and it propagates, it becomes dominoes. We men need to remember there's more than enough to go around, relationship-wise and in life itself, so women as well, so that we can, as men, trust each other, love each other, and respect each other as brothers, and grow because of that. Ladies, when men are brothers, you'll get what you want too, which is loyalty, men that trust you and love you, that won't feel threatened and won't try to steal somebody else's woman. This is all sourced out of lack of being comfortable in ourselves and lack of trust in others. And a lot of men need to learn this. Or I should say, a lot of men need to remember this, because a lot of men have learned this and have forgotten it. I'm just sitting with anything else that may come through. This is not a very planned talk, as you may have guessed. It's a somewhat it's a somewhat twisted topic because I'm feeling so much stuff trying to come through and it's not coming through clearly yet. So let me put it this way. I want to summarize just a couple of points to give you something to think about because I've got more. This is going to become a multi-day talk. I can feel it. Men, your homework. If you're watching this or if someone shares this with you, I invite you to consider how you can be more appreciative of everything around you. The women, the environment, your life, other men, how you can be in a place of acceptance, appreciation, and caring, rather than fear, doubt, and lack consciousness. If you become inclusive, you might see things shift. So that's an experiment to play with for, say, the next week. Ladies, for you, invite a man's respect. And that's not necessarily a verbal thing, it's an internal thing. You may have had the experience, ladies, and this is some of the women out there watching this, that you've been, what's the word I'm looking for? You've been disrespected so many times you stop letting yourself be respected. You don't even bother now. You don't think it's going to happen again. So bring it back in. Internally, ladies, own the belief, the rules, the understanding that women, first of all, are your sisters, and that men want to respect you and you're willing to receive it. It's a subtle thing, but you play with it, see what happens. Again, this is the next week homework. I feel like I'm leaving this broadcast in the middle because I don't know what the next piece is, but it's coming. So tune in tomorrow for episode 2, to be continued. This is my daily Facebook Live number 262, an ongoing series of daily Facebook Lives called Messages to the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. As I mentioned earlier, you can find these on my website, which is barryselby.com. You can click on the video blog to watch them there, or on YouTube, where I put them as well, or on my business page on Facebook, which is barryselby.author. If you have any questions or thoughts about this, please either put them below in the comments and I'll answer them later. If it's personal, you want direct support, please message me over social media, or on my website, you can click on the Let's Chat navigation button. And perhaps somebody you think might want to see this, hopefully want to see this, and I would invite you to share it with them so they can get perhaps some value from this. I realize I left this one hanging a bit. It seems to be intentional from what I'm being guided to say. So I'll be back again tomorrow with more content. So try on that homework I suggested, as well as always, I invite you to love yourself more than you did yesterday, to take care of yourself and appreciate who you are, because you deserve it. And I will be back in tomorrow because this is just the beginning of something. That something will be seen more of tomorrow. Take care. I'll see you again soon.